The president gets a word that an aircraft has been hijacked, and it's by terrorists, that they have a radioactive bomb on board, and it's headed toward an American city. This is a clear case of Carolinian preemption. The president should act. It's covered by the inherent right to self-defense with the Carolinian standards attached of overwhelming necessity, no time for deliberation. And the president can act, should act, even if tragically necessary, shooting down that aircraft before it drops its radioactive bomb on an American city. The president, she does not need to consult the Security Council nor even the U.S. Congress in these terms. This is within the purview of the duties of the office. That's an act of legitimate preemption. What is an act of legitimate prevention? Looking further down over the horizon. Here's the scenario. The president obtains reliable intelligence that a terrorist group has purchased a nuclear weapon or is developing a nuclear weapon or other forms of weapons of mass destruction that it can deliver. This group has announced publicly its determination to harm the United States, and it's acted in the past to attack some U.S. targets, like U.S. embassies, for example. The country that harbors this group is unwilling to do anything to arrest or control the group. The president then should bring this threat to the attention of the U.S. Congress. By definition, this is prevention. There's time to act. And he should request their authorization that he's going to take this to the Security Council. He should bring it then to the Security Council and deliberate there and make the case. This is lethal. It's likely. This is going to be a matter of proportionality. He's going to be using legal methods, looking for a Security Council approval. He should make an argument, or she should make an argument, that this is well evidenced, present the evidence there. It's not controllable by lesser means, such as economic sanctions. It reaches the level of lethality and likelihood that's relevant. Collateral damage can be controlled. It's proportional. And that the terrorist state is acting illegally and harboring these terrorists themselves. Now, in a good world, the Security Council will then line up and vote to endorse a preventive action by the United States in this particular scenario. In an ideal world, the state harboring these terrorists will then turn around, knowing it has the world against it, and arrest them and maybe prosecute them for these violations. But in a much less good world, one or more of the P5 members vetoes the authorization, even though based upon the merits of the case and the past record of other acts of prevention, they should have voted for it. Under those circumstances, the president should go back to the Congress and ask for a declaration of war. And after a last round of diplomacy with the state that's harboring these terrorists, trying to persuade them to hand them over, he should then engage in a strike that is surgical, designed to prevent any non-combatant, if you will, casualties. And having done so, the president then should appoint a national commission to investigate his or her actions, and the Security Council would appoint another commission to investigate the actions of the United States, so that the full and accurate record is then put forward. So that's what I'm proposing. These are standards for prevention that look at lethality, likelihood, legitimacy, legality, proportionality. They're not a recipe. They're not something that one can just plug in and have an answer pop out the other end that's absolutely scientifically reliable. Life and death and national security do not lend themselves to recipes. At best, they're an invitation to improve the deliberation and develop self-consciously a body of powerful examples that can serve as better guidelines in the very dangerous world we live in.